Today we're going to look at how we can create and analyze histograms. A histogram looks very similar to a bar graph. What makes this different from a bar graph is at the x-axis along the bottom here, instead of each bar representing one item or one value, each bar represents an interval or set of values. For example, this first bar would represent numbers in between 100 and 200. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to analyze and how to create a histogram that looks just like this. Starting with creating a histogram, what we're going to need to identify is a frequency table first. A frequency table tells us how much something occurs. So I'm going to take the intervals that have been created for me, and I'm going to count out how many times I see something that appears in this interval. So numbers between 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 to start. I'd cross them off as I go, just to make sure I don't double count anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 numbers appear in between 0 through 4. My next interval will be 5 through 9, so anything that is 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. 1, 2, it includes 5, so this is 3, 4, and 5. 10 through 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 15 through 19, hopefully, is everything I have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I have the frequencies, all I'm going to do is draw a bar graph to represent those frequencies. So the intervals are labeled down here. 0 through 4 had a frequency of 4, so I draw a bar there. 5 through 9 had a frequency of 5. 10 through 14 I see has a frequency of 6. And 15 through 19 had a frequency of 5. And that's how we can create a histogram. My next example is going to be how I could analyze a histogram. So based on this information, I'm going to answer these 3 questions. A, how many dogs weigh at least 100 pounds? So I'm going to look for dogs that weigh 100 pounds or more, because at least means that much or less. So I start here, this is that 100 pound, and I want to know how many dogs fall in this interval. So I'll count how many each of these represents. Remember, over here to the side, we have our frequencies. So starting with this first bar, I have a frequency of 14. This bar includes those, has a frequency of 6, 4, and this last one is in between the 0 and 2, so I would say that is 1. So I'm going to add all of those up. 14 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1 gives me 25 dogs. Part B, how many dogs weigh exactly 70 pounds? Unfortunately, a histogram will not help me answer this question because a histogram, again, is showing intervals. So if I'm looking for a dog that weighs 70 pounds, that would fall into this column, but that represents dogs that weigh 60 to 80, so there's no way of me being able to specify exactly one particular weight. So I am unable to answer that. So you can write no answer or undetermined. Right, last one is how many dogs weigh at least 120, but less than 160. So I'm going to look here between 120 up until 160. So that includes these 2. So 6 plus 4 is 10. In my last example, I'll show you how to create a frequency table and a histogram. So if you have to create your own histogram and you aren't given the frequencies, the first thing I need to do is come up with a frequency amount. So I'm going to create an interval, and looking at the number I have here between 80 and 100, I'm going to count out intervals of 5. When you're counting out intervals, it's helpful to use your fingers to make sure that each interval is the same exact value. Okay, so my first interval, again, I'm going to start at 80. I'm going to include 80, 81, 82, 83, and 84. So 80 through 84 will be my first interval. So my next interval will start at 85. And again, I want to make sure that this includes the same number. So I want to count out 5 spaces again. 85, 86, 87, 88, and 89. Next would be starting at 90, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94. And my last one will be 95 through 99, which means I do have to create one last one, 100 through 104. Okay, and then from there, once you create those intervals, then you're just counting out again the frequencies. So 80 through 84, 1, 2, 3, 4. 85 through 89, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 90 through 94, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 95 through 99, just 2. And 100 through 104, 3 dots. And then to create the histogram from here, okay, you need to create the frequency table, and then if you're setting up a histogram, you're just going to write your intervals. So this is 80 through 84, which had a frequency of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, draw my bar. The next one is 85 through 89, that's 4, that would be 5, so I draw my bar up to the 5. 90 through 94 is 10, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 95 through 99 is 2, so 1, 2. And the last one is 100 through 104, or 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is how you create a histogram. Now, a lot of these problems take some time, especially if you're creating a frequency table and a histogram. It might be helpful for you to do some of this on paper and attach your work with an image. Good luck on your assignment.